All right, we'll just, I'm on my laptop. I can't remember where I put the intro music, so let's just get right into it. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to Pre-Market Prep Special Tuesday edition. Hopefully you enjoyed the day off yesterday. Back at it today. I don't believe I have Alex here helping me. I think I kind of forgot to tell her about the market day off, but hey, been doing it for 2 years. I can wing it by myself, baby. So anyway, welcome back. Number ones, man, I really, this SBEV red to green is very interesting. Beautiful on Friday afternoon, man. Look at that, big bounce run in the morning, consolidates at VWAP, breaks into the Friday afternoon. I mean, this is one of those ones, and I'll move on. Drop your questions in chat. I know you guys like the rapid fire, but I tell you, like, when I go on and on and on about the two best times for day traders, particularly, new day traders, part-time trade. When you hear me say Mondays and Friday afternoons, listen, I'm not saying there's an SBEV every week. There isn't. A lot of weeks there are, okay? And if you didn't trade SBEV, if you didn't see SBEV, Alex is here. Awesome. So thank you, Alex. Anyway, print this chart out. Look at, print that chart from Friday, make sure it's got VWAP on it, and just look at that volume spike. Look at the confirmation, et cetera, et cetera. There's so much to learn there. That being said, top of the list for me on a week open red to green. And what's the next thing I'm always going to say? If it dies, it dies. This is just another trashy stock, just another short squeeze. I don't care if it fades away. If this thing goes to $1 today, I don't care. What do I care? Breaks a 420. So SBEV top warg for continuation of the Friday squeeze. All right. I'm mobile, so remember, I'm not like reading text messages. I'm getting the questions from Alex. SRGA. Yeah, so we had some news this morning. Let me double check this headline. I read it real quick. Oh, spine injuries. Okay, yeah. Okay, I like this headline. Scary stuff. I won't give the disclaimer, okay? Just, okay? You guys know one of the rules of day trading is the scarier it is, the better the day trade. If it's like, remember last week when we had that foot blister play and it went nowhere, and I'm making a point, people aren't horrified of foot blisters. Nobody likes them. Hey, we've all had foot blisters. You should go run 20 miles a day. Do a Dave Goggins. Anyway, but lumbar spine, stuff like this, dip and rip for sure. So higher float, I would be, you could probably hear my enthusiasm. I would be much more excited about this if it was 13 million float instead of 135. So, but anyway, still in play. SRGA, decent news. Midday, late day idea since it's higher float. That's a concept we talk about a lot. Normally, not always, but normally, the higher float stuff we avoid in the morning because the higher float stuff are the ones that quote, they do the stuff move, okay? They spike right into key levels, get sold into, because there's so many, there's a higher float, so many more bag holders. They get sold into those moves and then never come back. Now, if it's breaking those levels midday, late day, that changes things. BBIG, yeah, bunch of people BBIG was killer on Friday, and here's your signal, okay? Everybody's always looking for signals. You want to know why BBIG is number 1 or 2? Okay. I'm kind of struggling with SBEV or BBIG for what I would call my number 1. This thing closes at the high on Friday all weekend long. All weekend long. I'm getting DMs. I'm getting tagged. Oh, I'm going to hammer BBIG short on Tuesday, Tim. And I don't reply. I'm just like, whatever. I mean, but I read them. I read them. And I'm just like, good luck with that. So everybody, every Cheeto finger genius in his mom's basement with Canadian mist still on his breath from last night thinks this is an incredible short. I wish them luck. But if this thing goes through 475 or 5 at any point today, I listen, I want the best for everybody, but good luck. Good luck. Oracle likes 450. Interesting. I would call that an aggressive entry by Oracle. I probably like this 490 area more. But so anyway, 475, 495, basically whole dollar, half dollars. This is gonna blow them up because every genius says it's a short. So every genius up in my DMs wanting to short this. What's that mean? Whole dollar, half dollars all the way up. And you hear me say that all the time. Oracle has an aggressive entry at 450. I don't hate it. You all know I love Oracle, but I would say that 450 area, I would say, was aggressive. PSTI, yeah, I mean, PSTI is still around. Nothing dies. Nothing dies in the post-2016 world. 2 million shares traded. Yeah. Hey. One thing I try and do here is discuss the difference between what I think, with 15 years of experience, what I think is a good setup versus a setup. So, Informer Runner, still hanging around. I did the hanging around song, okay? But a lot of overhead and just, I mean, listen, I'll move on. If this was trading like 20 million shares right now, I would probably have a completely different answer. But 2 million in the post-2020 world, just not great. So trade all the patterns. All the ebook patterns apply. It's just I give it like a 4 out of 10. So mostly because of mediocre volume. I don't hate it. It's just, it's okay. So DWAC, yeah. So bounces off of red to green, bounces off of green to red. So this is what I expect to see on DWAC, and this is what I would say for your plan. So let's grab this here. A little bit different on the Mac here. So, oh, great. All this security stuff. Yes. I don't. All right. Well, I wanted to do a whiteboard, but give me one sec. Quit and reopen. I appreciate you trying to keep me safe, Apple, but all right, or well, maybe. All right, I'm going to try one more time, then I'll give up. All right, that wasn't too bad. Thank you, Apple. That wasn't too bad. So what I would look for is, remember when we're talking momentum stocks, when we're talking squeeze, if the stock is green on the day, and this is the theory, okay? If the stock is green on the day, buyers are in control. DWAC broke out above that 60 level we talked about. It's held that 60 level in a choppy market. Market ugly last week. Market gapping down today. Guess who is still near the highs? With a market gap down, with some ugly days. So when we see that disconnect from the market, that excites us, okay? Because remember, day trading, short-term trading, we're looking for anomalies. We're looking for wackiness, weirdness, okay? Mania, emotion. I make these points all the time. I need a shirt, okay? Somebody make me a shirt that says, we don't trade tickers, we trade emotion, fear, greed, okay? It can be DWAC, it could be BBIG, it could be SBEV. Fear and greed, fear and greed, fear and greed. That's what it all boils down to. Supply and demand, okay? So the point is, this thing is held up incredibly last couple weeks with a choppy market. It's basically at the highs. If you delete that one-day spike, remember, I'm basically ignoring the spike from October. Delete that from your chart and your mentality. So if this does pull back, but then bounces off of a green to red move, to me, that's very bullish. Buyers are still in control 2 weeks after the breakout. That's your buy, your risk red, okay? Very simple plan, very cut and dry, okay? So let's say this does pull to 71, bounces, starts grinding higher. That's your goal, or that's your entry, and then you would risk a red move. So let's say at 3:30 p.m. this afternoon, people start taking profits, it goes red, you take your shots, okay? Because we're not afraid to stop out. Why are we not afraid to stop out? Because we don't believe in these things, okay? We don't trade the company, okay? We're not Kool-Aid drinkers, okay? We're trading fear, greed, emotion, madness. And if this stays green on the day, that means there's FOMO buyers, that means there's short sellers stuck, that means there's a very good chance it gaps later in the day. So, all right, my friends, I do need to catch a flight, so who's always here for you, though? I actually moved my flight to do pre-market prep. That's how committed I am. So, seriously, I was going to fly out at like 10 a.m. today, but I moved my flight so I could be here. So, all right, have an amazing day. Remember, if you're not in the Stocks to Trade advisory, Alex, please drop the link. It's stupid cheap, and you get pre-market prep every day. So if you were happy to see this today, if you learned something from the discussion on DWAC, if you found a good trade setup like SBEV or BBIG squeezers or DWAC, check out the Steady Trade Advisory every day. Stupid cheap. Would love to see you there. So, and have a great day, my friends. I would play the music, but I don't know where it is. I played that song so many times. I can just do it with the mouth guitar. So, all right. Have a great day, everyone.